In the days when Israel flourished under peace and prosperity, the Lord raised a king unlike any other. His name was Solomon, son of David, a ruler not known first for war or conquest, but for wisdom that came from God Himself. As dawn broke over Jerusalem, golden sunlight poured across stone walls and sacred streets. The city awakened in calm beauty, unaware that on this day, a single judgment would echo through history and reveal the depth of divine wisdom resting upon its king. Within the heart of the city stood Solomon's magnificent palace, strong and radiant. Guards stood watch as citizens gathered, hopeful and expectant. Inside, the grand throne room waited in silence, cedar pillars towering, gold shimmering, prepared for the king who would soon sit in judgment. That morning, Solomon rose quietly from his chamber. Sunlight touched his face as he knelt in prayer. With a humble heart, he called upon the Lord, asking not for riches or long life, but for wisdom, to judge God's people with justice and discernment. Clothed in royal robes, Solomon bore the weight of kingship upon his shoulders. As he walked through the palace halls, servants bowed, and his steps echoed with purpose. Soon he ascended the throne, and the court assembled before him, scribes, elders, and advisors ready for the day's affairs. Suddenly, outside the palace, raised voices shattered the calm. A commotion stirred. Two women, desperate and angry, argued fiercely, each claiming the same infant child. Guards intervened and brought them before the king, while murmurs rippled through the crowd. The massive doors of the throne room opened, revealing the splendor within. Solomon watched closely as the women entered, one clutching the baby tightly, the other burning with accusation. Both bowed, but only one did so with a trembling heart. Solomon leaned forward and spoke calmly, commanding silence. He invited them to speak, and the first woman stepped forward, her voice shaking with emotion. She told her story, how both women lived together, how each had given birth within days of each other. As she spoke, the story unfolded like a shadowed memory. One night, tragedy struck. The other woman's child died in her sleep. Overcome by fear, she secretly exchanged the babies while the house lay in darkness. At dawn, the truth was revealed. The living child was not the one she had held in her arms, and now, standing before the king, she cried out for justice. The second woman interrupted angrily, denying every word. She insisted the living baby was hers. The argument erupted again, confusion spreading through the court as voices clashed and tempers flared. Through it all, Solomon watched in silence. His eyes moved between the women, not just hearing their words, but studying their hearts. The advisors whispered among themselves, uncertain how such a case could ever be resolved. Then Solomon raised his hand, and the room fell silent. In a voice steady and calm, he gave a shocking command: "Bring me a sword." Gasps filled the chamber as the blade was brought forth, gleaming in the light. Solomon stood, descended from his throne, and spoke words that pierced the hearts of all who heard them. "Cut the living child in two," he said, "and give half to one and half to the other." Shock swept across the court. The second woman agreed coldly, her heart unmoved, but the first woman, true mother of the child, collapsed in anguish. She cried out, begging the king to spare the baby's life, even if it meant losing him forever. In that moment, Solomon saw all he needed to see. With a knowing look, he lowered the sword. "Give the living child to this woman," he declared. "Do not kill him. She is his mother." Relief poured from her like tears as the baby was placed safely in her arms. Joy replaced sorrow and love triumphed over deceit. The false woman stood in shame as guards led her away. Awe fell upon the court. The people marveled, recognizing that the wisdom of God was truly upon their king. News of the judgment spread quickly through Jerusalem, from markets to homes, from streets to fields. And as the sun set once more over the holy city, peace rested upon the kingdom. Solomon returned to his throne, not proud, but humbled, knowing that true wisdom does not merely hear words, but sees the heart. For when all Israel heard of the judgment the king had given, they feared the king, because they saw that the wisdom of God was in him to administer justice. True wisdom still speaks.